Good evening, UKSG. My name is Nordic Soy. I'm going to be here for the next 5 runs, and just absolutely stoked to be here. I'm glad that you all are sticking around helping us support Crisis. So, thank you all for watching the United Kingdom Speedrunner Gathering. So, right now, we have got Hau5test and NickRPGreen running some Metal Gear Solid. A little different, though. We've got 2 different versions, and we've got a race. Take it
Indeed.
away.
Hello and good evening, everyone. My name is Hau5test, as introduced. Thank you so much for having us again here at UKSG. I'll be running Metal Gear Solid 1, and Nick will run.
I'm running Metal Gear Solid The Twin Snakes, which is the GameCube remake of the game.
And we're about to get ready here. So, as our co-commentators, to explain a little bit of the game, we also have Apache Smash here and the Lightning Strikes, because we got a crazy race ahead of us. We have to really focus a lot, so we're going to leave most of the talking to them. All right, Nick, are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, then, everyone, let's get ready for the showcase. What's faster, the original or the remake? We're starting 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Woo!
Woo! This has been a long time coming. We've been talking about this comparison basically shortly after Boba Skip happened in the middle of August 2021. And Nick and I were like, man, it's kind of like both of these games are getting closer and closer to each other. But the Twin Snakes is completely different compared to what I have to do here on the PC version. So yeah, take it away, folks, and let's explain what's happening.
Yeah, so the PC version of Metal Gear Solid 1 is kind of broken, some might say. I think as far as speedruns go, it's pretty messed up. Starting off in the docks, House is going to be farming alerts, and Nick is not. The reason is the number of alerts you have affects an RNG later in the game on both versions of the game, but it's only beneficial to manipulate it on the original Metal Gear Solid. More about the rat later. The PC version is broken for a number of reasons. The hotkeys on the keyboard allowing you to switch weapons without going into your weapons menu has a number of unintended consequences. It can give you God mode, it can allow you to skip cutscene triggers. So Nick won't be able to contend with that. He'll only be able to use his superior hardware to try and stay ahead in this race.
Yeah, and it's a PC only thing, because of course you can't do those kind of things in console.
Yeah, the PC version was made by a very, very small team. And so they added these things to the game without, I guess, being able to fully test them. And, you know, what we do with the hotkeys is it's just completely unintended. Only a speedrunner would have thought of it. I think it was a Plywood who originally found the God mode exploit.
Can we just quickly acknowledge that Nick is doing Rubik's Cube in the docks, but I have to work my butt up here to get alerts?
He was falling asleep.
Yeah, come on, dude. We're doing a race.
Sorry, I was lapsing concentration for a second there. Yeah, the docks on Twin Snakes. There's nothing to do. Luckily the timer is shorter than it is on the original, which is you'll see I've left first. But there isn't anything to do. We grab some ammo, take out the guards to get that ammo, and then we're straight on to the heliport.
Indeed.
Yeah, you'll notice that House has a machine gun. That's only found on the very easy version of Metal Gear Solid 1, and very easy came with Integral. The PC version is always Integral, and I don't believe the Twin Snakes has it at all. But you do get the M9. The M9 didn't exist in Metal Gear Solid 1. It was when they put the Twin Snakes on the Metal Gear Solid 2 engine that they included non-lethal, the ability to non-lethal guards, non-lethal bosses, and that's why you find the M9 in that game.
The difference in mechanics that you will see is that House will be holding a weapon all the time, as preferably a weapon that is like a stun grenade or a chaff grenade that he can hold in his hand. as opposed to Nick, who is not having such a weapon in his hand all the time. In MGS1, you are faster when you're holding a weapon. Snake actually moves faster. Another different tactic that you can see Nick doing while crawling is unequipping and equipping his weapon. Something that we also do in MGS2. The idea is that you're canceling the animation of Snake crawling, and that makes him go faster through the vents.
And here's where we'll see some real separation. So, my bad. I thought you were going to aerial reload into that, but you didn't. So where can you use the area reload and where can't you, right? So you're both going to kill all the bosses in the game.
Indeed. We're both playing basically the entire game back to back. Only that I will have to use many tricks, like you said, area reloader in a few moments, where basically we reload the level and manipulate it so the game puts us somewhere where we shouldn't be.
So you can use the area reloader to instantly kill Rex, right? But you can't do that in this race.
Indeed, I have to kill Rex at least once. There's two phases to that, with both having full health bars. So thankfully, the root say bring the health down to 0. But technically, we only need to do it once. So I'm going to skip the first phase.
So we're going to have the cell fight very soon. Fortunately, Hau5test going to have a slightly easier time with the cell fight because he has that unlimited ammo machine gun, and Nick does not have access to it. But he can trank the guards relatively quickly.
What are you waiting for? Shoot! Don't talk to me like a rookie.
Hopefully, if I pull it off correctly, I'm going to do a trick that was only found late last year called the SOCOM roll. There's a SOCOM in the room that I'm going into, or the door I'm leaning up against. If I time a roll correctly, I'm going to do a pause buffer in order to get it. Hopefully, I'll roll out of the door and grab the SOCOM, and it means that I don't have to pick it up during the fight. And I got it. I heard it.
Nice. That's very tricky.
Hau5test using the easy mode with the FAMAS here.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put in work for the next actual first boss.
Arrow going to tank those grenades.
Let's hope everything goes well.
Yeah, so Nick will use the lethal gun for this section. Guards actually die faster from the SOCOM. If you put them to sleep, it takes longer for their bodies to disappear. So if you use the M9 here, it would be much slower.
That's almost guard brush for Nick. You can see the difference here in the two runs, that this is just way slower in TTS.
So Hau5test just performed Grenade Ocelot exceptionally well. It's a very difficult strategy. If you make any mistakes during it, essentially you're going to blow up the whole room, you're going to kill Baker, and it's going to send you all the way back to the first wall that you destroyed. It's a huge amount of time loss, so dangerous to go for that in a race, but well executed. It's not that much faster than SOCOM, considering how much harder it is to do.
Yeah. One quick note, actually, I'm playing on very easy, not necessarily for the unlimited ammo. I actually play it only because there's slightly difference in the rules. So we can use a few things here that are different, because this game is not actually timed in IGT on this difficulty, it's timed in RTA.
Yeah, interestingly, in most Metal Gear games, you get a score screen when you get to the end, but Very Easy doesn't have a score screen. So, unlike most of the Metal Gear runs, it's timed in real time. And Hau5test doing his first area reload there to get to the tank quicker. And Nick's doing probably the easiest boss in all of Metal Gear. I think that's probably fair to say. Twin Snake's Ocelot with first person. He kind of stands in front of your bullets. So even on extreme, it's not any more difficult.
It's one of the biggest disappointments about Twin Snakes. Because with the fight you just saw from House, you know, it's this like little cat and mouse running around. Well, obviously you didn't see that from House because he just blew him up instead. But then in Twin Snakes, they just stand in opposite corners and just shoot each other. And it's one of the reasons why just plonking Metal Gear Solid 1 into the Metal Gear Solid 2 engine just doesn't quite work.
Perfect tank fight from House, by the way. Nice execution on those grenades.
Yeah, if you're going by the order of bosses that we need to fight, you would think maybe that I'm way ahead, but don't you worry, Nick will come back strong in just a few moments.
For Nick, it's a real race. House is just racing against himself at this point.
Here, another weird area reload glitch coming up here, which is the Nick Eater skip. Found by yours truly here next to me, NickRPGreen. Allows us to not grab the Nikita and not to shoot the electro panel, and instead puts us out of bounds here, so we can actually hit the door without going through the electro floor, and instead move directly then to the ninja fight.
Yeah, if you're unsure what's going on for House when he's out of bounds, just kind of look at the radar and it will tell you what he's actually doing. The camera goes really messed up when you go out of bounds in this game.
Indeed. And I'm constantly using area reload also to skip like small things. There was a cutscene that played, I reloaded the room and the cutscene doesn't play again. And also I skip the rank up animation to make it a little bit faster. Like squeezing out seconds left and right just to be a little bit competitive with the Twin Snakes, which doesn't do anything of that.
Twin Snakes has one major time save, and that's about it.
Yeah. And one, like 2 glitches maybe, I guess.
Yeah, Twin Snakes for the most part is played intended, and the intended tank fight is, in my opinion, the one fight it made better compared to Metal Gear Solid 1. I think the tank fight is less linear in Twin Snakes, and there's more ways to fight him. Just like that, just blow his head off with a SOCOM, no problem.
GG. That is trickier than you think. Despite what we said about first-person aiming, that tank can definitely cost you a lot of time if you mess it up slightly.
Here's one of Twin Snake's only glitches. It's a glitch that exists in Metal Gear Solid 2 as well, but it's not useful. You can do that glitch in Metal Gear Solid 2, it just doesn't give us any time advantage anywhere. We skip a codec, right, by doing that glitch?
We do indeed. There's normally a codec from Campbell and and Naomi to say you're not allowed to use weapons in that area. Those guards that I just went past do have shotguns, and they will blast you to the floor. So if you get hit by them and then hit the floor, then you will still get that codec, because the codec is triggered by Snake being on the floor.
Oh, I was having a little bit of trouble with Ninja here.
Yeah, it's giving me a little bit of a hard time, but it's fine. I'm almost done.
Unlike House, I do have to take out the electrical panel.
There we go, that's the ninja.
So in TTS, there's a very specific way to fight the ninja, right?
Yeah, very different from how you'll have just seen House fight his. In MGS1, you'll have seen House trying to get through the phases of Ninja as quickly as possible. In Twin Snakes, we try and keep him in phase 1 for as long as possible.
It's basically tricking the AI into keeping in the first phase and not letting him advance.
Done by just shooting him to make him block a shot, and then he'll repeat. Oh.
So it's punch, punch, kick, shoot, punch, punch, shoot, and then repeat that.
Don't move. Okay, let's go.
Here's another thing you might have seen for a split second. I interrupt also dialogue in the game by quickly tabbing out of the game and tabbing into it again,
Make sure you're
which
ready,
also
okay?
saves a good chunk of time compared to regular speedruns where we're not allowed to use this.
And you can see how much faster the ninja fight is when you're able to keep him in phase 1 like that. It's a trick that just doesn't work in Metal Gear Solid 1. He'll still go through the phases. And House isn't just throwing Meryl around for no reason. It does save a few seconds doing that.
Indeed.
Yeah. It's all on purpose. Throw
Well, not just
Meryl
me.
around for the time save.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a friendly reminder, if you do want to give us more time in the game, there is an incentive to go for the Meryl end instead of Otacon. Your donations not only support the charity, but also the incentive and the route that we'll take here. So, yeah, take your pick.
Speaking of which, do we have time for a few donations?
Hit him.
Right on. Well, we've got $50 coming in from Hudson. Hudson said, hey, I had to get my donation in for a great cause. Thanks again to everyone who stopped by for the Dead Rising segment. I hope you all enjoyed, and hope to be back again. Good luck to all the runners coming up over the next few days. Big love to all of you. And that $50 went to an upcoming incentive for Bubble Bobble, any percent. That $50 went to Bub. And I've got one more. We've got $20 from Zero Syrian. Says, good luck, House Nick.
Hey.
Can't wait for this entertaining race. And that $20 went towards Otakon ending.
Let's go.
Love
It is
you,
the faster
Karen,
one.
mate.
Yeah, thanks, dudes.
He knows what a speedrunner wants.
Yeah, there's a choice on the incentives. You can pick kill Meryl or the one you don't want to pick. Basically, kill Meryl.
Jesus. Mantis, can you please take the shot? Thank you. Normally he auto aims there, but for some reason, I guess he just didn't want to. There you go. And that's Mantis. Alright, I'm going out of bounds again, guys. You take over, right?
I'll take
Going to do the old
Snake,
box
you
trick.
follow me.
Seen someone use that trick before.
That's the only way we use boxes in this run, really. The box is fairly useless except for this cool trick, where House just uses the fend to go out of bounds on top of that cave part that you saw, then hop into the box to then further go out of bounds
This
and
place is-
eventually reach
I'll
Meryl.
take.
Alright.
It's my turn to fight Psycho Mantis, and you're going to see something quite strange. There's a really odd glitch with Psycho Mantis. We don't know why. Don't know why it was programmed this way, but it was. But I'm going to be quiet and concentrate.
It could be the theme of Metal Gear speedrunning
So,
at
what do you
times.
think? Pretty good, huh?
I don't know why it was programmed this way, but it was.
It sounds weird, but
Mantis
when
has
that was
a
dove into
weak
my
point.
mind, I was able to see
He
where
has
the
a weak
lines
point
were
on his
placed.
head, and he
Are
also
you
has a weak
impressed?
point on his right kneecap, which counts as a headshot as well.
Only
Don't
a
know why.
little?
It just does. So most runners you'll see go for that kneecap shot.
Meryl.
Alright, coming up for my screen, you will see how I'm making my journey back all the way to the first building. And this is where TTS will clearly take the lead back in just a few moments. Because I will actually have, as I said, walk back a long time. But Nick, thankfully, can grab another sniper, which is only an MGS2. It's a tranquilizer version, and get it actually here, in this building where we're at already.
Yeah, there are two enormous backtracking sections in Metal Gear Solid 1. The first one is for the sniper, and the second is for the cooling and heating of the PAL keys later. Twin Snakes reduced both of these backtracking sections massively, and to this day, whenever someone speedruns Metal Gear Solid 1, there'll always be a comment on YouTube that says, did you know that you can cool the PAL keys with the pipes in the Rex's lair? And you can only do that on Twin Snakes, but nevertheless...
Yeah.
We
I
have
wanted
the
to bring
remake.
up this comment when we get there. It's so funny. Thanks for letting that already.
I wake up every day and think
Spoilers!
about it.
Spoilers!
It's just amazing how wrong sometimes the commenters are. And we don't blame them. The games are fairly similar. And if you just remember, yeah, I played Metal Gear Solid, right? Sometimes they don't know there's different versions. I didn't know that there's Twin Snakes, a copy of it, basically, a remake. So
It's easy to get a false memory with games.
yeah.
So with Psycho Mantis as well, there's a function where Psycho Mantis can read your thoughts if your controller is plugged into the first port. On the PlayStation, you plug your controller into the second port, and for the GameCube version, Twin Snakes is on the GameCube. You have to actually plug it into the last port, the fourth port. But if you plug it into the second, it works for a little bit, and then if you plug it into the third, it works for a little bit longer. But you can just go straight to the fourth port.
Yeah, I remember my casual playthrough was like, what? Oh yeah, there's more ports. I guess I gotta move on more? Very funny.
There is also a 1 minute cutscene that's unskippable with Meryl that Nick just did that you can skip on the Twin Snakes versions.
Yeah, exactly what I was gonna comment on, because he was roughhousing Meryl a little bit. I mean, basically in this run we abuse Meryl a lot, but it's all for saving those seconds, you know. It's important, Meryl.
Indeed.
She probably understands.
You should see you should see a dog tag run. She gets a proper beating.
Oh my god.
I always worry about the support characters. Whenever I see a support character in speedruns, I just think, oh no, what's going to happen to this person?
Yeah.
You know, it's the same with Metal Gear Solid 2 as well. You just throw in Emma around to save time.
Indeed. And what's going to happen with the support character? This is the last call out. We are about to get to the incentive moment, just a few more minutes. So again, donate, pick a choice, Mera ending or Otacon ending. Either we have to endure the torture or, you know, we don't. We just give up. It's up to you guys.
If you want to finalize Meryl's abuse in this run, then certainly try and donate for Otacon as it's faster.
Well, you know, speaking of which, we do have a couple more donations that have come in.
Let's see.
Zero Syrian's back. Donates $100.
Wow.
Says, hey,
thanks.
Here's more for charity. Does anyone dare challenge me and give Meryl's Root a chance? Also, shout outs to the commentators in Nordic. Nice commentary so far. So, of course, that went to Otacon. And in response, we've got $30 coming in from Theory. Says, good luck, Nick and House. Great race as always. Also, I got Meryl for you, Joe.
That's good.
One for Meryl. Thank you both for the generosity.
Thank you very much. Yeah, you just saw Nick save an absolute fortune worth of time by being able to pick up that PSG 1T without traveling all the way back to the armory. So now he can fight Sniper Wolf. I think House may just get to start the fight slightly earlier, but that was a huge amount of time that Nick made back up just from intended gameplay mechanics.
Yeah, they're almost side to side now.
Nick can actually deal a lot more of Wolf's health as well, or stamina in this case. The amount of damage, regardless of where you hit her on Metal Gear Solid 1, it's always the same. You'll always do the same amount of damage. But on Twin Snakes, headshots deal way more.
And that's sniperable for House.
Both.
I took 3
Both
shots.
All right. Wow. Went so fast, I couldn't even look at Nick's screen.
Yeah, we need to know what we're doing. Are we killing Meryl? We're saving Meryl.
I'll bet you can take a guess. It's Otacon by a mile.
Let's go.
Whoa.
Thank you so much, everyone, for donating.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thank you,
guys.
everyone.
Let's go
In
for
this-
6 runs.
Saves our fingers.
In this game, you are tortured by Ocelot, and you can endure the torture or submit to it. Submitting to it is way, way faster. You can do it on the very first frame. But Ocelot says he'll take the woman in return, and he will kill Meryl, who is the character we saw just moments ago. That means that when we get to the end of the game and do the escape section, we will be with Otacon instead of Meryl.
I hope you can still
Meryl is the canon ending, Otacon is the better ending.
Indeed. And thanks and shout outs to Pazzo in chat right now, wishing us good luck. Of course, Stay tuned here at UKSG for the Metal Gear Solid block. This is only the first out of 3 runs that we're gonna do this evening. Next up, we have this game, Metal Gear Solid 1, PC any % extreme difficulty, the highest one. And after that, our old man Apache Smash will do MGS2 Tanker Blindfolded.
Yeah, hell yeah, Metal Gear block. This was all part of my evil plan when I first ran Metal Gear Solid at UKSG all those years ago now.
Oh yeah.
On a sunny day in Glasgow. I think it was UKSG Winter 2018. Came with my PC copy of Metal Gear Solid 2, and I had an evil plan to get as many Metal Gear games into UKSG. And look at us now, we got a whole block.
Indeed.
Hey, take that, Resident Evil.
Yeah, where you want Resident Evil?
I kid, we love the Resident Evil group.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no,
Oh yeah.
Many
There are a lot
people
of
that are in the community and Metal Gear Solid, they also do Resident Evil, so we're way well connected, I guess. Just a pure coincidence.
if you were a cool kid in school, you were playing Japanese video games.
We call that nerding, but that's fine. So, I have a question for Chad. These dudes both just had a haircut, as you can see. Who has the better haircut, House or Nick?
I'm not sure, they both got pretty good haircuts.
Yeah, they look pretty good, right?
I think the reason for my haircut might make me win.
Yeah, I think you definitely win this. Because I guess we use this chance right now. Congratulations, NickRPGreen, for getting married just the last weekend. After such a long time of waiting and delays, it finally happened. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats, Nick.
So you're here to
Congrats,
help me
mate.
out.
So something that's going to come up on both screens is a different trick, but it's the same outcome. House will be trying to skip a cutscene by walking in a certain angle. Nick will also be trying to skip that cutscene, but we'll do something completely different.
I'm just gonna walk out. I don't care. Like, cutscene? What? Walking behind the machine?
Yes, nice, Nick.
Yes.
GG! My version is not as difficult as his, so Nick has definitely done a better job here. GG's.
Yeah. GG's to you both.
If you the trick that I just did, we call it the prison roll. If you get that trick wrong, you lose 45 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Quite costly.
A large amount, as opposed to like in MGS1, you lose about 10 seconds maybe.
Whereas Hau5test, press button, acquire time save. less difficult trick.
Yeah, you just need to know the line and then basically use weapon switching back and forth. And most people think they have to do it when they grab the box. No, we do this even before, so it's not that difficult in the end.
Yeah, what Nick's done is actually quite weird. He's changed the story flag in the game. So is it if the game thinks you've progressed further than you have? And so
Other way around.
Yeah,
the game still thinks that I am in prison.
Indeed. Because if you
essentially what it does is it skips a codec later.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If you were to go back, you will see Johnny come out again, just like nothing happened, but you're still outside, and that's like the weird thing.
So if you know the game, you'll know that when Snake gets back to where Meryl was first shot by Sniper Wolf, there's a cutscene that plays where he gets a bit emotional about the fact that he's let Meryl down, and then there's a codec call between Campbell and Naomi, and because of the story flag not being hit, we just completely skip over. I'll just run straight through it and nothing will happen. If I'd not got that skip, I would have been able to skip the skip the cutscene, but then I'd still have to like slowly skip through the codec call. So yeah, all in all, including the time save of actually getting out of the prison as well, because that is sped up. It is about a 45-second time save, and it's probably the most significant skip in the run.
All right, House is going to do something pretty legendary now. He's going to do the Boba skip.
Exactly.
You may have seen it in Eurogamer and PC Gamer and all sorts of news sites. Essentially, there's a way to get through the frozen calm tower door, which is halfway up these sets of staircase. He's going to position himself against the door, look at a certain angle, and detonate a grenade in his hand, and then he's going to pray that he gets the specific damage animation, which will allow him to boost through the door. It's a 50-50 chance. There is. You go
Nice.
first time. Very well done.
First
my friend.
try, let's go.
Let's try. Nice.
How did the
so,
song go? I'm living the best life because I'm playing the video game. When Boba found it, she was just playing the game casually. She sung a little song, and this is just the honorable mention at this point.
I love the house version of that song.
Yeah, I was gonna give you a rendition, but I've just been upstage, so can't be it.
Outmatched, clearly.
And here's something that we're going to have to see in comments for the rest of our life, which is you can't do that in Twin Snakes. So the glitch does not work the same in Twin Snakes. It's been thoroughly tested. Nevertheless, I'm sure we'll still read why didn't you do the Boba skip runs. That's just what we deal with. What we already get as well is on MGS1 runs on YouTube now, people say, why didn't you use Boba skip? And it's the run that was like before it was found.
Yeah, it was just found August 14th, 2021. So anything older than that, we just didn't know. Forgive us.
A big shout out to Boba of UKSG.
And it goes to show that games that are 20 plus years old, they still have new things to be found. And it saves 2 minutes on PC, around 2.5 on console. You can do it on any version, any category. So it's a great time save, and everyone benefits from that if they're running MGS.
And besides it being a great time save, I want us to remember how horrible that rappel section was. Shoutouts to Plywood for finding the best way to do that rappel section. He had it all calculated. He had an entire scheme to tell us how to rappel the fastest. We can't use it anymore because Boba replaced it, but thanks for supporting us all those years.
It did give rise to a glitchless version, a glitchless speedrun of Metal Gear Solid 1 that's become much more popular. With Boba Skip, there is a real reason to do glitches, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I did glitches, and it's actually kind of fun, I personally think. So if you want to learn that, there's a video on my channel explaining how to do glitchless. It's basically just playing the game clean, but yeah. If you think all these tricks that I'm doing right now, they're crazy, I don't want to do these glitches. I mean, glitches is a board now. Join me. The more we are, the better the chances are we bring it from the extension to the main board.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll just play Twin Snakes where we don't have any glitches.
Don't have any glitches.
Not like that, at least. Yeah. Who knows? It's fairly young.
Twin Snakes.
She started playing MGS2 not too long ago, and I'm sure there were lots of people just eagerly watching, waiting to see what she did.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. If we're talking about Meryl as a support character, then we can all, say that Emma is also a support character that gets a lot of abuse throughout the entire game, so...
Yeah.
True.
But yeah, I'm having my best time of life as well, because my hind is very friendly to me. He just stays in the air, I shoot him, I don't care. Nick, on the other hand, in just a few moments, he will actually put in some work, and his hind will dive up and down and stay down there for varying amounts of time. So this is where another change can be, where I'll be a little bit faster.
Yeah, it's a very good hind. The hind can do a funny thing. Well, it's not so funny for us speedrunners, where it goes underneath your vision, so you can't hit it. It will try to duck underneath the railing of the building. Very annoying. Please don't do that, Liquid. We're going to wreck your helicopter anyway.
There you go.
As was explained at the very start, Twin Snakes is built using the MGS2 engine, and for the most part, it's pretty faithful. But one bit that isn't faithful to MGS2 at all is the Stinger.
Oh, yeah.
We have no idea why, but the Stinger launcher in MGS2 is it's so well coded. It works really nicely, it locks on well, and it's just beautiful to use. Everyone loves it. The Twin Snake Stinger is just garbage, and we don't know why, because it's supposed to be the same.
Yeah, I guess they were just like, oh, it's kind of bad in MGS1. I think we should probably make it bad. And so they specifically coded it to be worse. I don't understand anything about game design. They just said, make that worse.
They just wanted
And
to
it
be
was
true
worse.
to the original.
Yeah, exactly.
Sweet. Yeah.
Oh, at least it's not as bad as the Nikita in Metal Gear Solid Mobile.
It's very clunky and very slow, but yeah. Alright, I think we high-fived around that time here, because I'm just going down the tower, Nick's going up. And I will definitely need that lead ahead, because again, I have to go all the way back and do the backtracking with the PAL key, so Nick does not have to do that. And we're gonna see where we converge again later. There we go, I'm starting my Wolf 2 fight now. Let's see how that goes.
See.
Snake!
So House is going to use the Stinger to quickly find Wolf and hit her, of course. Very easy. And then try and snipe her. When she goes away, he will try to use the Stinger again to quickly aim on her and hit her again. And, you know, this repeats.
Yeah, Wolf 2 is random. She can run left to right. She can change direction at any time. She can sit behind a tree forever, which she often does. The Stinger really does help for those moments where she's just going to hide behind a tree. That was a very nice Wolf 2.
That was
a
good.
very, very good one. She didn't hide too much behind the trees.
Yeah.
And I don't care how much you guys try to tell me, but the Nikita is not faster.
Another favorite comment of yours. Why don't you do Nikita? Because it's slow. Trust me, bro. Get good at the game, and the other ones are faster.
It is an easy way to beat her. If you're struggling with Wolf 2, get that Nikita out, sort her out.
Yeah, if you're casually playing an Iron Extreme, I totally get that, guys. We're not mocking you, we know it's not faster.
Yeah, it's
exactly. So the difference between MGS1 and TTS also is that MGS1 has the Gupmoid exploit. It's only in the PC versions of the game, where House presses a sequence of weapons so that he becomes invincible.
Indeed. And that helped me out right now, because only on PC you can this weird guard elevator fight where we just stand there, take shots, and then stinger 2 of them and C4 the last one while we're standing there, so Snake's basically an impenetrable fortress there.
It's going to help out a lot in the Raven fight.
Oh yeah. Well, what do you mean? He's just blind, right? He's just shooting his giant gun and doesn't hit us.
Stormtrooper aim.
The worst one, we're actually staying in front of him, right? We're like, come on, what's happening?
Come on, please hit me.
And Nick just missed the last shot there. That was, it could have ended there, but no.
Could have ended there.
Yeah, as we said, this hind is so mean, and the stinger as well. Like, there you go, that's the final shot.
You can see that in TTS, Nick did get the hind to hide underneath the building, so he couldn't hit the hind. We call it hind dumbass for a reason.
Pretty much, in both games, any runner will pretty much tell you the same thing. MGS1 runners will tell you that Sniper Wolf 2 is the worst fight in the game, and Twin Snakes runners will tell you that Hind D is the worst fight in the game.
Indeed.
So I think you can both argue that Hind D is a very tough fight.
It certainly is. It just it looks more impressive on MGS1.
And this is what we mean by Stormtrooper, it's trooper aim. Because House is in God mode exploit right now, he can't be hit. But it just looks like Raven is completely missing him constantly.
Through the screen.
What do you mean?
He's just got the perfect angle. Normally if you run into Vulcan Raven, he'll knock you to the ground, deal damage to you.
House has just got great dodging moves. Don't you see them? It's just like Neo in the Matrix.
I was gonna say, they're just pulling a Neo and not getting shot at all.
It's just going too fast for our eyes, that's all.
Yeah, the frame rate that OBS captures just not get captured in the game here, so we're moving too fast for anything. Like even I couldn't see it.
That 240 FPS in 1999.
All right, I'm starting my PAL sequence now. It's going straight at it. The reason, once again, why I needed to work so much in the docks and Nick didn't is when we lose the PAL key, we got to go down and we got to grab it. And if we have less than 11 alerts, the game's like, okay, you're doing good. I'm going to throw you something in front of your feet. It's a rat. And that rat is going to eat that key. Good luck finding it now. But if you have enough alerts when you go down, actually, there's no rat. And we just need to grab it from 1 out of 7 spots that is down on the floor. So that, of course, it's way easier for us because we just walk down that line and we're good to go. Easy peasy.
In TTS, you just have to kill the rat. Sorry, animal abuse.
Yeah, good thing for TTSs though, it's always in the same position.
Yep. No RNG for me. You'll see me take care of the rat pretty easily.
Oops.
Yeah, we have a pretty big map with a lot of locations on it somewhere on our Discord, where you can see all the PAL locations. There are about 7 locations where the PAL key can be, and the 7th location is the worst location. Together with the 2nd location. Don't ask us why the logic is like that. We are hoping Hau5test can find the PAL key very quickly.
Yeah,
so
wish me
right
luck.
as he gets in the water. Pray for Hau5test.
There can also be bombs randomly placed there as well, which he'll have to throw away if he picks up.
Yeah, no God mode will save me from that bomb. Nope, nope, not here, not there.
Oh, the RNG is not
okay.
kind. Oh,
Not the worst. Position number 2 out of the order. 3rd worst in the entire section. So yeah, it could have been better, but still, again, better than the rat. Because the rat, if you come down here, can be anywhere. It's not as predetermined as in TTS, where the rat will be always the same in the starting position. So it's fine.
and there was no bomb.
Yeah, exactly. No bombs. So that's also saving us 3 seconds at least.
Nick getting through the Wolf 2 fight. Pretty similar, except that he doesn't really use the Stinger, I believe.
We use the Stinger right at the start of the fight to just see where she is, and then we switch to the PSG-1T. It's a much better fight in Twin Snakes because the PSG-1 doesn't like handle terribly like it does in MGS1. Blast Furnace looks a little bit different in Twin Snakes. Again, MGS2 engine introduced hanging modes, so we can just basically skip the Blast Furnace by just dropping down here.
What do you mean? Hau5test can do that as well with the God mode exploit. I'm not biased, by the way.
Yeah,
Big
it's just
difference
an
for me,
intended
though,
feature.
is I won't be seeing the Blast Furnace again.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
This is
No
a one-way
backtracking.
street in TTS.
Absolutely no backtracking in TTS.
Which I'm about to start now. I gotta cool the key and I gotta go back all the way to the warehouse because I got no pipes here. But I mean, if you are a glitch hunter and if you want to join us, there is an over $2,000 big bounty if you can find us a PAL skip sequence. Or, you know, skip for the entire PAL sequence. That's what I meant to say. So it's definitely worth it if you want to put in the work and find it, actually.
Yeah, we put in bounties for finding those glitches because, as you can imagine, there are a lot of people that want to skip certain sequences, especially this PAL sequence.
The power sequence in MGS1 is the absolute holy grail of skips to find in the entire series, not just in Metal Gear Solid 1, but in the entire series. It will be an absolute game changer if it ever gets found.
It's similar to Metal Gear Solid 2, where you have the sniper section where it's basically a break for the runner, and they can stretch and relax and, you know, call your mom, say hi, that kind of stuff. But it's so tedious in MGS1. Like in MGS2, you're actually relaxing. You don't really have to do a lot. In MGS1, you still have to make sure that you go through the door in a certain time, not too long, but certainly not too short, because then your PAL key won't have changed to the right temperature.
Alright, time should be coming up. quick check just to be 100% sure, because if you leave and the PAL key didn't change, you have to wait the entire 61 seconds again. It's a horrible mistake to do. So especially for marathons, what I usually don't do in regular runs, for marathons I check before I leave the room that it's actually changed.
Wow. No ration needed for Nick.
Let's go.
There's no God mode exploit for Nick, so he had to just tank it all. Luckily, Snake doesn't have any, like, negative impact from someone shooting a gun at him that fast. We don't know how, but he's very good at tanking those machine gun bullets. So, but he didn't need to use a ration. That's very cool.
Indeed. It's possible to have a run without using any rations, despite not having God mode. That's really cool.
Yeah, I'm still on 0 rations, so it probably will be a 0 ration run.
Nice.
Nice.
It doesn't mean anything. The rank will still be the same, because just the amount of alerts that we take, but that's a nice little statistic, which I actually tracked when we had a tournament last year. Everyone was running TTS, even me. But as you can see, I was like, yeah, I'm going back to M1. I just like that cooldown where you just walk back and forth and don't have to worry about anything. TTS is very much action back to back to back. But, you know, different for everyone. I think this is a good time. If we have any donations to read, go ahead.
Right on. We do have $5 coming in from Jameson Runs.
Hey.
They say, I must support this race for these speedrunners, tolerating my trolling on a weekly basis.
Thanks so much,
for the donation. I'd also like to remind everybody what we're here to do, and that is to raise money to support Crisis. They're a charity that supports people out of homelessness for good. They achieve this through education, training, and support with housing, employment, and health. So the way it works with this marathon is 90% of your donations are going to support Crisis, and the other 10% goes towards helping UKSG support all of our future events. So get those donations in, and we thank you so much for your generosity.
Nick getting the red.
Yeah, Nick's rat's always in the same place, so he can just prime that grenade, throw it straight at the rat. Always nice. Although I did see the rat eat a grenade once. So
That rat eats anything. Palkies, grenades.
I think during the tournament, we once saw someone actually hit the rat with the grenade, and the impact of the grenade hitting the rat killed the rat. It didn't explode. It was amazing.
Wow, it's crazy.
Well, that's a way to go.
Yeah, if somebody's asking who's in the lead right now, I think technically still Nick. I'm not performing my best today, which happens sometimes. But yeah, indeed, it's a good question in general, like who's ahead or not. Because again, I have to go all the way back. Nick has a way shorter sequence here. So I guess consider it more like a showcase. But for sure, in the very end, we will know who's coming out first.
Going to depend on the liquefied.
Yeah, so we said before, but Nick won't have this PAL backtrack sequence. He can go to these pipes on the right-hand side of Rex's lair. They were put in by Silicon Knights. They didn't exist in the original game. Conveniently placed pipes, which will allow you to cool down and heat up the card just by shooting these pipes. They don't exist in Metal Gear Solid 1. Have I mentioned that?
Not sure, but you know, better to repeat it, just to have said it.
I think you should put it in a comment on YouTube.
It's a nice change. It's one of the changes that I really like about Twin Snakes, as well as I mentioned before, the tank fight as well.
Yeah, they definitely
and the PSG one
nailed.
too.
Yeah, they definitely nailed, like, looking at the other project that they have, MGS1, and then, wow, how's walking on lava? Sorry, got distracted.
It's molten cheese.
Extra heat for that Palki.
Yeah.
they definitely looked at the game and were like, what's the parts that people found it the most tedious? And obviously, it's all the backtracking that you have to do.
For sure.
I have like an uncanny valley effect whenever you stand on the lava like that, because it looks good until you walk on it.
Every time it's like, oh no, oh wait, okay. If you ever try to get that one ration in the corner there, yeah, that's a little bit tricky. You very easily fall down and then instantly die.
Yeah, I haven't mentioned it in ages, but the guy who routed blindfolded Metal Gear Solid 1, Tromboncino, he once said to me, if you enter that room, turn left and punch 100 times, you'll be able to collect the ration blindfolded.
Wow. Okay, that's
I always
ultra swaggy.
That, like, just punch
I mean, you have time.
Imagine losing count.
I'd rather not.
1991. Wait. Shit.
Yeah, shoutouts to one of the OGs, Tromboncino. One of the very early runners of this game and champions.
You would know if you'd done it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As you would be on fire.
You think?
Oh, Dad. At least you won't
cool
have cold feet.
Another tiny cool thing about MGS-PC is if we go into God mode, it removes our hitbox basically and lets it stay up there. And we never hit the trigger for the codec call, which would usually happen. So Nick has to take that, but obviously it's not the thing that will hold him back, still being faster than me.
Yeah, no, this race is going to come down to the liquid fight, and they both have very different strats, but the idea is the same, of course, like eliminating liquid as fast as possible. Hau5test is going to perform something that we call infinite liquid, where he's trying to punch liquid in a way where he keeps recoiling back into Hau5test's punches. As where Nick is going to resort to the JM chunk, where he's going to roll into liquid and like he's going to position him in the corner and then try to roll into him and get a lot of health from liquid's bar. Both very different strats. I would say the infinite liquid is more consistent, but very hard to get. JM Chunk is not consistent at all, so it's more of a gamble for Nick.
Yeah, indeed. What you see Nick do here is he's going through both phases of the Rex fight and needs to listen to the ninja. The good thing for me is with arrow reload, we just press a button and skip it, and the script fast forwards us, so I only have to do the second phase here. I still gotta hurry though. It's not free.
Yeah, you're gonna need that time save for skipping the phase for sure.
For sure.
You gotta work, Hau5test.
I got this.
And of course, we know that whichever game wins this race has decided which is the better game.
Naturally,
because if you can finish the game faster, that means it's better.
We've already decided who is the better support character. Now it's on for us to decide who is the better game.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And just before Liquid, there is a cutscene which is unskippable on the original version of Metal Gear Solid 1, but in the re-release Integral it's skippable, and on the Twin Snakes it's skippable as well. They just had this 2.5 minute cutscene with Liquid, and it, as I say, in the original release just made it unskippable. It got a little chunk of Liquid there. And
Little Jim Chunk.
now he's going to try and get him into the corner and do the lottery roll. You roll into Liquid in that corner, and through some magic, it deals multiple instances of damage to him. It's very random. I don't know many players who are consistent at getting it. I'm hesitant to say it's difficult. It's random. So he's just going to settle for this loop to take Liquid's health down quickly.
JM Chunk, by the way, named after our lovely community member JMC90.
Yeah, he found that trick in the V tournament that we had for the game.
How about you, Snake?
Nice.
Good fight from Nick.
Very good fight.
All right, Hau5test, let's see your infinite. So You can actually lock Liquid on Metal Gear Solid 1 in an infinite with double punches. This is an intended mechanic of the game. Hideo Kojima showed this off very early in Metal Gear Solid 1's release cycle, that you could actually perform this. And there is a video of it, of him doing it floating around. But very, very nice infinite.
Wow.
Not easy to do at all. House
Wow.
took his headphones off. Now we've got a race here now. Like,
Oh, yeah, they're both in this big sequence.
back up.
Damn, my
Very close.
heart's beating faster now. It was very good from both.
It's exactly what you want to see in a showcase like this. Oops. And slightly punch you. No bother.
Oh, you're just adding to the excitement, House.
Well, let's see. We're almost on the same frame. I love it. Let's go.
I actually don't know which game is faster in this sequence, so I'll let it be decided by the racers.
If you have any hype chat emotes, just put them in chat there. This is exciting.
I
Yeah,
can't believe how much he pulled it back there. That's ridiculous.
yeah, it's insane.
Escape at the same time.
Let's go.
Yeah, and
Brilliant.
Infinite Liquid is so hard to perform. Like, of course, once you get into the rhythm, then you can keep performing it, but punch wrong once, or get slightly out of the rhythm, and your Infinite Liquid is gone.
Snake, you've got to clear a path.
And a big thank you to everyone who donated for the bid war. As promised, we are escaping with our boy Archon.
Best girl.
Best girl.
Not yet, Snake. It's not over yet.
But it's
So
not
this-
over yet.
This final phase with Liquid, it's not an auto-scroller. Liquid does actually have an invisible health bar. The exact number of shots escapes me right now. But if you just didn't fire back, the room would just keep cycling over and over again. Eventually the time would go down. I can't even talk, I'm just like staring at it.
This is going to be so close. I'm
There we go.
speechless.
Yeah, I'm missing a few shots here. It's getting very close to each other.
Let's see that white screen.
Oh,
Done.
GG's. And should be time for me as well. There we go, time for me as well. A few
nice.
seconds difference, folks.
So
That
close.
is.
So close.
Oh my god. Alright, everyone. That has been Metal Gear Solid Classic versus the remake by yours truly, Hau5test, and NickRPGreen, co-commentated by the Lightning Strikes and Apache Smash. Thank you so much for having us here at UKSG Winter 2022. Oh my god. I'm glad it's over. We did good work today, Nick. GG's. GG's.
GG, dudes. It's been fantastic, as always.
All right. So, of course, if you want to see more Metal Gear Solid, don't go to our channels yet. Stay tuned because, as I said before, this is just the start of the Metal Gear Solid block here. We have Il Paso running Metal Gear Solid 1 PC, 80%, the faster version, on extreme difficulty. And after that, we have Apache Smash with the Metal Gear Solid 2 Tanker Blindfold run, which is also very hyped, so stay tuned for that as well. My name is Hau5test. Follow me everywhere, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. It's Hau5test everywhere. And maybe I'll see you again. Thanks for having
And
me.
if you're interested in running any game in the Metal Gear series, go to metalgearspeedrunners.com. We've got a fantastic community that'll help any person get into any game in the series. Yes, even Survive. We've got Survive runners. So please do join the community and play these wonderful games. I've been NickRPGreen. You can follow me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, usual places.
We currently have a link for our Discord, discord.gg/mgsr. Please join us. We are a friendly community, and we are the most welcoming community, as I can say, because there will be sure like 5 people at least welcoming you once you come into the server. So
Indeed.
please join us. We like having other people around, new people around. We do races in the Discord. Come and have fun.
All right. And of course, follow Apache Smash on Twitter. Because that's the rule that we have to abide by.
Bye, love you. I'll see you in a bit. Love you. Bye.
All right. Thanks for having us. Bye bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.